Lisa, hello.
Jeremy,
What's
hello.
up?
I could not be more excited for talking about my favorite topic with my favorite people.
Right? Memberships, pretty fun.
Memberships. Yes, recurring
Memberships
revenue.
plus RepeatMD, very fun.
Very fun. Exactly. I love my Repeat MD team. The best.
The absolute best. Well, hey guys, we're gonna give everyone like 30 more seconds to get in here before we dive in. But I know all of y'all are very excited to dive in today. Also, all the people that are here right now, I want y'all to know there's going to be a couple of things that you're going to just either scan a QR code for or click on a link. Very excited. We want y'all to be included on those things. Maybe it's an audit of a membership. Maybe it's how you can make your memberships better, all hosted by Lisa. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. Lisa, I don't know.
The audits. I'm so excited for those upcoming. And look at it. The chat's lighting up, Jeremy.
The
I love
chat's
it.
lighting up. Well, yes, guys, chat. If you're out there, tell us where you're from, what part of the country y'all in. Just say,
Text.
hey, it's Texas or sunny Seattle. Wow, it's sunny in Seattle. That's a shock. Shout out, James.
Yeah, James bringing the sun. San
Good.
Diego.
I love it.
Boulder. Oh, my husband went to school in Boulder. He's a Colorado boy. I love that.
Wait, Vanessa, Newfoundland, Canada. What's up?
I
Lisa,
know
are you bringing some Canadians over here?
I brought some Canadians. Hi, Ryan. I love this. Oh my gosh, Vegas, Baton Rouge. Oh,
All
Kansas
over.
City. Oh, this is so good. I love it.
I I'm super excited. So, Lisa, are you ready to get started?
I am ready to drop some knowledge. I am so excited.
Well, hey, Lisa, I want to tell them a little bit about you, but I feel like I wouldn't even do you a tenth of justice. So, guys, I don't know if y'all know Lisa Krauss. I mean, all I know is her as is like, hey, this is the membership queen. So, Lisa, tell them who you are.
Absolutely. So, for those who don't know, my name is Lisa Krauss. I go by Lise, but even more so, I am more well known in this industry as my Instagram handle, which is the Bitch and Beautician. I am a profit strategist and business consultant. I have been in our glorious industry for 30 years. I have a podcast that's spicy. It's called The Scalpel of Truth. It's all about consulting and business knowledge. I have treated over 30,000 patients in clinics. So I've been in your shoes and treating patients hands-on as well as consulting. I do work with tons of clients over the US and Canada. So it's about 50-50 for me at this point. And I specialize in revenue generation. Membership queen. I love that, Jeremy. I'm going to take that, get myself a little crown. Love that. I love doing purchasing events. I will even do purchasing events for clients for launching memberships and do hiring out for that. I do motivational sales training workshops, and I love, love, love creating retail rock stars. I do have a bit of a trash dumpster mouth. I'm going to keep that under wraps this evening because some of y'all are going to be watching this webinar masterclass from home and maybe have little ones. So I am going to class it up for this tonight. So that's a little bit about me.
So, I'm going to cuss real quick because Franco's here. Shout out to Club
Franco.
Bachachos. Come on now. Come on now.
I love Franco. Mwah. Hugs and kisses. I love this. Oh, thank you for the shout
Love
out.
to see it. Love to see it. Okay, guys. I'm gonna talk for just a second longer because I know you guys like Jeremy. We don't want to hear you. Like whatever, get out of here. So, all of you guys that are new to this type of webinar, we're doing this through Goldcast. I see familiar faces. I see new faces. Well, names that is. I don't really see y'all's faces, but you get what I'm saying. We have a little housekeeping here, so y'all know how to use these features. The chat, all this stuff, right hand side of your screen. The chat's popping off already, so thank y'all for that. Go in the chat, say what's up, ask questions, have fun, respond, right? Like, we want this to be a good time. Keep the chat lit, right? So we also have messaging. So if you want to message either Lisa or myself, like one-on-one, feel free to hit us with a message. We'll do our absolute best. I mean, we are putting on a show here. So we'll do our best to get back to you by the end of the webinar. We have a doc in there that I want you guys to go click on docs, download. We'll let you know when that's supposed to happen. But if you want to do it right now while I'm talking, feel free to click docs and download. And then we have Q&A. Guys, Q&A is probably the most important part of this because like Lisa's gonna be dropping gems all day, right? And when she is, I want y'all to ask that question. As soon as it hits your mind, click Q&A, type in that question, because at the end, we're gonna answer all of your questions. So that way you guys, you get those answers you're looking for. But as soon as it hits you, so you don't lose it, go into Q&A, type that stuff in there and we'll answer it. Lisa, does all that sound good?
Sounds fabulous.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go backstage. Lisa, I'm going to give you controls over the Prezzo here. You got it?
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much,
Cool.
Jeremy. I appreciate you. And let's get this kicked off. I'm going to start with a little bit of an agenda that we're going to go through today. Why memberships? Why they're so important? What a winning membership actually looks like, because there's lots of different memberships out there. So we want to do the best that we can with our memberships. We're going to go over where to start on memberships and then how to implement them in your practice. And even if you've got a current membership, this still all very much applies, because if you've got a membership that maybe isn't doing so well, we can do a relaunch of that, do some tweaks. People love new shit. So we're going to go and really try and spruce it up if you already have a membership. So let's get into the why memberships. This is it's so important now. I can't tell you, in the next 6 months to 12 months, my predictions are that if you do not have a membership, we are going to get left behind in the retention piece. So why we can't afford to skip memberships. We know that memberships are absolutely everywhere. So myself, I don't know how many memberships I'm a part of right now. An interesting stat is the average US consumer is a part of or subscribed to 8.2 membership services as of 2024. That is huge. And I think it's because that's how people like to do business with us, is that savings. We're trading loyalty for savings. So it doesn't matter what membership you're a part of. We don't mind trading loyalty for savings, right? And so let's look into why memberships matter to you. So number one, it guarantees your calendar stays full. So none of us like a calendar or a schedule that resembles Swiss cheese, okay? No holes in the schedule. That's not making us money, and it's not, having a sustainable practice. So that's number one. Number two, it boosts our patient retention. We can acquire patients all day long. If you can't retain them, you're going to be looking for free bowls of soup, if you understand what I mean there, okay? We're going to be broke AF. So we also want to increase our sales. This is profit growth, profit strategies. That's what I do on a daily basis for clients. Then it lowers our marketing costs. If you've got a membership and you've got that retention, your output for your marketing is going to be less eventually. Then it also gives you the financial security that we are all looking for. So it's not starting at zero every single month. If you've got that recurring revenue, you know that you've got that coming in, okay? And also it's attractive if you're looking to get into the private equity game. And so I found this stat, another stat. I love stats. I love facts. So another stat, really interesting. 70% of med spa customers, so our patients, our consumers, our guests, they express interest in membership programs, 70% of them. Only 33% of med spas currently offer memberships. So this is something where the demand is really high. And so it's time to capitalize on this, because what you don't want is all of the other med spas in your area to have memberships before you do and lock somebody in for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. I am a 12-month girl. I like a 6 to 12-month membership. If I'm going to trade loyalty for savings, I want you to be loyal to me for a minimum of 6 months. I know there's lots of 3 months memberships out there. And we're going to get into a little bit more of that. So that's why these memberships really are important and impactful for you as a business owner. I want to give a huge shout out to one of my clients, Skin Secrets. I love these folks. They are so fantastic. I have enjoyed working with them over the last year, and they really were struggling with the fear of increasing their prices on injectables. They had a very attractive price point on injectables. They were really well known for their injectables. They also offered laser and products and other things, but they were nervous about raising their prices because they didn't want to lose their patients to other clinics. And so what we did is we introduced their Skinsider membership, and we raised their a la carte service menu. So the menu, if you weren't going to be in that loyalty program, our membership program, you were paying premium prices. Okay. And so the thing that was so exciting is this exploded because we made the membership a no-brainer. In under 12 months, they have over 400 members in their membership. And again, I'm not going to share deep numbers, but I will tell you the membership is a $169 membership, and they've got 400 members. They are doing amazingly well for recurring revenue and banking on that. So shout out to Skin Secrets, crushing it with their membership. And so let's take a look at what winning memberships actually look like. Okay. So winning memberships, this is not a one size fits all. So folks, there are many different membership styles to go with. There's different types of perks, different types of benefits. It is not a one size fits all. What I would recommend you not doing is looking at what your competitor has and just copying that membership. Okay. So you choose the model that is going to work for you, that's going to be scalable, that's going to be easy for your team to explain. Okay. It's got to be easy for your team to explain and easy for the patient to say, yes, we got to be easy to do business with. So some of the musts, it must be easy to join. And again, why I absolutely love the RepeatMD app. It is award winning for ease on the clinic side. Then your memberships should account for at least 40% of your total purchase distribution. What that means and what I like to have is 30% of your patient demographic is going to be doing your premium price, your a la carte price, where they are not going to buy into that loyalty. That's okay. If somebody wants to pay me premium for the same service that they could get at a savings, amazing. I will take all of your money. Thank you so much. I don't mind that. 30% of that. Then 30% are going to be roughly your packages that are built and paid for up front. That is a lump sum package of maybe that's a $2,500 package, a $5,000 package, whatever the price is. They buy that, they get some savings, it unlocks some savings, but they buy that up front and then come in for their consecutive treatments. Okay. So then you've got 40% that should be doing memberships or recurring revenue. So again, you're not starting at zero every single month. So you want to sell the exclusivity, not just the savings. Something that I am huge on is not using the word discount. Discount is a very trash, low-level word, okay? We are elevated. We are high-end service providers. We are doing savings. So we don't say 15% discount. We say you get a 15% savings. It's higher language. And so that's something, again, that I want to really get across. So let's talk membership must-haves. These are my must-haves when it comes to the importance of membership. Number one is a sign up swag bag. Everyone loves a gift. And how I like you to do this is you can order from Amazon a glass or plexiglass is what it looks like, cube, and you can put in there what you've got for your sign up swag. Maybe something a little bit, maybe it's a product, a lip balm, a little chocolate or something. Having a little sign up swag on why it pays to be a member, really classy and important. And then you've got your member only pricing. Again, we've got to have perks and benefits of why it pays to be a member. You always want to incorporate products into your bundles, into your membership. They can pick those up with you when they're in for their services. I love incorporating that. A stat that I want you to know is if, let's do for easy numbers, your med spa generated this month $100,000, 20,000 of that, 20%. So 20% should be our support products. and that's going to support our 80% of treatments, okay? Another thing that's really, really important is our milestone bonus with a membership. Again, why RepeatMD is the solution here is because doing this manually on the back end yourself without an app, I'm gonna send you my prayers and my thoughts, okay, and my well wishes, because it is so much work, okay, on the admin side if you do not have an app that controls this for you. So your milestone bonus, every couple visits, we're rewarding you with something. Same, you do a 3, 6, 9, 12-month bonus. The other thing that we love is a birthday bonus, right? I've got family members that forget my birthday. I machete factor them and they get punished and I don't speak to them for a while. But when my med spa remembers it's my birthday and I get a little birthday bonus, I am loving that. Then we've got monthly draws and flash sales. These are membership must-haves. I love doing a flash sale for members only. And the other thing that I like for you to do as a member is I tell everybody that comes to my 123 dermatology practice or my clinic, y'all need to be following us on social media and you need to be looking at our Instagram stories because that's where we will also have some membership flash sales. We're going to do it through the app and we're also going to do it on Instagram. So if people don't have our app, it's like, check out our app because this is how you're going to get these flash sales. Okay. I love monthly draws, okay? We all love a draw for my members to get them to come in every single month. I love to do a membership draw for members only, and that can be a $100 gift card, $250 gift card. It can be a gift card. It can be a low consumable cost, high perceived value service. And I love doing, just because you're a member, you're entered into this draw. But I also love to do a secondary draw for members that if you come in and use your money this month, if you spend on the app this month, month after month, doing upgrades, you're entered in to win another gift or bonus. This stuff you can actually count on your vendors to help you. So say it is a product gift basket that you're giving, that your product vendor supplies for you. Love those. And then commitment length with your membership. Again, this is where I said a 3-month commitment. That is the least I would ever do. And even a 3-month commitment. I like it to be a 6 or a 12-month for me to give you some savings. Okay. So let's talk about a couple of my favorite styles of memberships and ones that I see that do the best. I am a huge fan of a beauty bank. So for me, this is a banking system that has tiered savings. So if you're looking at, say, a 3-tier is very popular. I'm a fan of a 2-tier or a 1, and I'll tell you why. But for an example, they are spending $100, $200, $300. They're going to be tiers if you have more than one, and you're going to unlock savings at each tier. Now, keep in mind, the more tiers you have, the more savings they need to unlock, or the more benefits or perks with each tier. So you need to make sure you're putting your profitability is huge here. We need to take that into consideration. So when you look at your a la carte needs to be high, because if we've got 4 levels of savings, your profits are ding, 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 each level we go. So the percentage off of product and services, that's where you need to be a little careful. For me, I love a 10% off products across the board, and then to give them a deeper savings on our services that have, again, lower cost, higher perceived value, a little bit more margin there for us. Then membership perks. How I teach my motivational sales training workshops is we are always talking about price last. You do benefits, perks, and price. That is how you sell anything, our industry or not. You're always selling. How's it going to benefit them? What is the perk? And then the price. Okay. So for me, I love a 2-tiered membership, and names really matter when you're naming your membership. Okay. So I love an essentials and an elite. That gives you 2 distinct memberships. Essentials is like, everybody on the block needs this. And so that is really important. So your naming of your membership, really key here. And obviously you can see with the visual image what that's going to look like. How sexy is that in your app? Okay. Amazing. I'm buying all day. After a beauty bank, the next model that I really love is a one price model membership with banking options and upgrade options. And again, if you look at this, you're thinking, holy, how am I going to keep track of all of this if I don't have the app? This is why I am obsessed with using the RepeatMD app, inclusive of memberships. So say you've got a range. This is typically between a $139 a month and a $199 a month. Looking at stats on a $199 a month, that seems to be the sweet spot where if you're sharing a credit card with a spouse, okay, I hear this a lot, especially before when I was in clinic hands-on with patients, is if something's going to be more than $200 a month, sometimes we hear the spouse be like, honey, I just saw our credit card statement. I didn't realize that you were buying into 123 Med Spa. I see here that there's a payment for $500 a month to 123. I didn't know we were buying into a med spa. So it starts to get questioned more with a spouse, typically if it's over that 200 sweet spot threshold. So that's where I like to kind of keep our range. So I like a 159, 169, 79, that area of a monthly membership for your one price model, one level price model. Then monthly services, you get to choose from 3 to 5 with a savings of $30 or more. Okay. There needs to be a certain amount of savings. If you do just banking, like the beauty bank, you maybe wouldn't offer something like every single month you get to choose from 3 to 5 services. This is where it's really important that it's not, we're doing cookie cutter here. And so it needs to be specific. Can your team handle if 200 people sign up for your membership and they get to choose something every day, every month? Can your team handle 200 services every single month? This is why the type of membership you have is key. Then you can also offer the banked funds if you do a tiered level. So there's many different customizations that come with your RepeatMD app as well. So the option to upgrade from a monthly regular service to a premium service. This is where that amazing stat through RepeatMD is 40 to 44% of members spend more annually than non-members, right? We are enticing the spend. It unlocks special pricing on maybe your anti-wrinkle treatments, AKA your injectables, or your laser hair removal treatments. It can unlock specific pricing to specific treatments. Then again, highlighting your percentage off of product and your percentage off of services. You always want to have and highlight your membership perks. So these are two that I love that are easy to sell and easy for the patient to say yes. So we're going to do an app walkthrough because I'm raving the app here. Jeremy is the master going to take us through a little bit of an app walkthrough.
I'm back, guys. You couldn't get rid of me. I'm sorry. Hello, Lisa. But hey, like Lisa was saying, great stuff here. The beauty bank model, the one price model. That's what I want to show you guys, kind of what that looks like in the app in real time. So I'm going to take over here. I'm going to stop sharing and share my screen. So give me a second while I do that. Let's see. There we go. So we're in the app now. Lisa, does that look good? Can we see that?
Looks fantastic.
Good. Okay. So on your app, this is what it's going to look like, guys. So on the home page, they'll be able to scroll through everything you got. They can go into shop. And if they click on memberships, they're going to get a little preview of everything that you have here, right? So if you have your different tiers of beauty banks, we have our one price model here. We have a few different examples if you guys want to do tiers on that. But I recommend what Lisa's saying. Typically feature one. I just want to have a lot of examples for y'all, right? So they have a lot of different options on here. So what I want to do now is walk you guys through. So you have memberships in your app. And if your patients aren't members yet, well, how do we entice them, right? Because they're on the app. They're like, I don't know if I need a membership yet. Well, we want to make it plain as day, super obvious for them. So as they scroll through treatments, they're going to see like all the different things you offer. This is great, right? This is you have everything here. Well, as you scroll through this stuff, you're like, oh, okay, it's, $450. Wait, $360 if I'm a member. Okay. $199, $159, right? They see all these different options here. Hey, if I'm a member, I can save, right? That's what we want to showcase, right? We want to push them to buy a membership through showing them like, here's an analogy I like to use. And like a lot of our clients use this too, like whenever they're trying to sell a membership in practice, like, hey, the patient's not on the app yet. What they'll do is say, hey, I know you're coming in for this IV treatment or this laser hair removal treatment. Here is the invoice for what you want. But hey, just so you know, we have this membership here. And this would actually be the invoice. This is what you would pay if you had the membership, right? So it makes those savings real, right? So that's what we're trying to do here in the app. So that way, if they're at home, 9 o'clock at night, having a glass of wine, whatever they're doing, they're seeing these things in real time. So let me show you what the Beauty Bank membership looks like. So if I go into a Beauty Bank, let's do our Beauty Bank Elite, right? I'm spending $200 a month on this membership. What that means, though, is that each month, this $200 is going right into my wallet. So that way, I don't have to pick a specified treatment that you want in this case. In this case, for me as the patient, I have flexibility, right? I bank that $200 a month. I'm flying under the radar, like Lisa said. Like, hey, hubby doesn't notice the $200 a month. Maybe $300 a month he might, but hey, this is my, my acne peel or this or that, right? You're flying on the radar. You can put it towards whatever you want. You're saving, right? So with that, though, with the beauty banks, well, you have your benefits, right? I save on Botox, I save on Dysport, I save on skincare products, on all services. So not only am I having this $200 a month, but I get access to your member benefits because, hey, I'm an insider, I'm a member, right? So now I can get the best pricing. And Lisa will touch more on like other ways you can promote this outside of the app. But hey, I'm in the exclusive club. I get these great prices, right? So each month when I join this, I'll have this money that I can save up, whether I can use it every month on like something that's $200 that I want right now, or I'm like, hey, there's this, RF microneedling with PRP that I'm going to save a couple months up for, right? You can do that too. That's the beauty of beauty banks, is that they're flexible, right? And then from there, we have our one price model, which, if you want to do like, I have it as silver, gold, and platinum to show you all like different levels of like pricing. But if you want to do a price on a one price model, right, you can set your price in here. What they can do is choose between these following treatments, or still though, like going back to Beauty Bank, like, hey, I can choose these monthly treatments that I come in for every single month regardless. Or I'm like, you know what, this month I'm going to bank this cash and put it towards something else. Or, hey, I'm on vacation in Colorado this month. I'm skiing. Next month, I'll be on the beach. I don't know. Some of y'all seem like jet setters to me. So, so y'all can say like, hey, I won't be around the practice. So let me put this money to use and towards something else that I want, right? It gives you still flexibility with whatever path you want to take, right? But the cool thing here with all these memberships, like Lisa said, the important thing is giving them like substantial value, right? It's value when they sign up, it's value when they're loyal, right? And so that's why we have these two very distinct features called sign up bonuses and milestone bonuses. That's what Lisa was just talking about, right? So, for example, if I went to this Beauty Bank Elite membership and I was considering buying it. So, when I sign up, hey, join now for your sign up bonus. We want to let them know that, hey, when you join, you're gonna get something extra, right? This is to push them over the edge and make it an absolute no-brainer for them to join. So whenever I join this, well, now I have my choice. Okay, I can do a laser peel, I can do an LED light therapy treatment, right? And which is great because for me as the patient, outstanding value, right? I'm paying $200 a month. I pay my first 200, but I like not only do I get the 200, I get this little thing when I sign up too. And the good thing for the practice is a laser peel at LED light therapy. What does that cost you guys? 30 cents, a few dollars, whatever, right? We want this to be a no-brainer for the patient, but a no-brainer for you guys too. Cause like, hey, I don't mind giving that out to have them sign up for this, right? So that's sign up bonus. Now getting into the milestone bonus. So like Lisa was saying earlier, you have your commitment periods. This one's a 3-month. I know Lisa recommends a 6, a 12, and yes, follow that 100% because she's right. You want to have them buy in for the long term. But the beauty here is you can choose these sign up bonuses or really the milestone bonus to like pop up automatically whenever you want. Either, month 3, month 6. Personally, I recommend like either month 6 or month 12 to keep them on, like kind of right in line with what Lisa's saying. Like, hey, if you have a commitment period, well, after they're done with that, they're free and clear to cancel, right? Well, let's give them that little carrot on the stick to keep them going. Like, oh, I hit month 6. I get this thing. Great, right? So that's what it looks like real quick right here in this case. This is a 6-month membership bonus. So if I click on this, shoot, I'm getting a deluxe hydrofacial, right? This is a little bit more of an investment to you guys, but it's because, hey, they've been a member for 6 months, for 12 months, for 8 months, whatever, right? Let me give them a little substantial reward. But if you do a little bit of math here, well, what if they're spending $200 a month at month 6? That's $1,200 at month 8, $1,600, 12 months, right? $2,400. So they've already spent a significant amount of money with you guys at your practice. So that's where these like milestones come into play, right? So maybe spend a little bit more on the milestone. I get it on the sign up, low cost, but still, hydrofacial at the end of the day, how much does that cost you guys, right? Let's say $50 maximum, maybe 60. Well, hey, you're giving them substantial value for being a loyal member, right? And that's going to keep them on the train, keep them moving forward, right? Lisa, do you agree with all that?
I do. And honestly, it also, maybe they've never had a hydrofacial before or a chemical peel before or something. You also are then introducing them to a new service that they can be a rave worthy fan of. And do you see, and I love the demo, Jeremy, because you see where it's prompting you. It's the psychology of sales that 9 times out of 10 your team doesn't have. So the thing that I love about the app is consistent. You know, you don't have salesperson Sally who's having a bad day because she had a fight with her husband and she forgets to tell your patient about the perk that they're going to get or the milestone. It is a soft sales approach. The biggest thing that I find is when I do my motivational sales training workshops is everybody's sales adverse, especially medical professionals, very sales adverse. The thing with the app is it makes it non-salesy. It is prompting you, here's how to save. Here's how to save. I just want to save you money. It's not the back alley beatdown of like, hey, do you want to buy a watch? How about a laser treatment or some product? What can I do to get you into a car today? Like, it's not gross like that. It's very easy. Okay. So to me, I love it. I echo all of it. So good.
Exactly. And one last thing I'm going to touch on before I finish this little demo here is that you see these benefits here. The cool thing is that, yeah, they have them on their membership. Now it's like, oh, shoot, they're at my EMR. Now I have to like plug in all these things. No, that's not the case, right? If you have your benefits in your membership, once they buy it, that member pricing that you saw earlier, that's all automated now. So whenever they're at checkout, it'll be automatically added to whatever they're buying as long as it's applicable to the membership, right? And then you're good, right? So it's going to automatically apply at checkout. So, hey, let's take one thing out of the equation for you guys so we know you're busy already. So let me get to the next piece here. So I bet a lot of you are like, hey, this is great, Jeremy. You know, let's get this added to my memberships. But I'm so busy. Like, how do I do this? Right, Jeremy, I have a lot going on. Well, if you guys want to update your memberships, if you ever want to, like, you have your current memberships, let's update them. Or like, hey, Jeremy, I don't even have these yet. Great. Well, hey, what you guys can do to save you a boatload of time is contact us at promotions@repeatmd.com. Shoot us an email, send us over like, hey, these are the updates I want to make. I want this beauty bank. I want what Jeremy showed me. Or, hey, I don't have memberships yet. Can we create this, this, and this? Beautiful. Send it over to our promotions team and they're going to get it built for you. I mean, we make it as easy as possible for you guys, right? And that's what we want. So, right? Right? It doesn't get easier than that. Come on.
Yes, I love it.
So, next piece here, like, hey, we're going to get these great memberships going for you, but if we're going to take it to the absolute next level, because we love stacking value here. So if we want to take it to the next level, well, hey, this fine woman here, Lisa, she's going to be doing audits on memberships, right? So if you have memberships like, hey, they're kind of working, I think they can do better, or hey, this isn't working at all, I don't know what to do next, you better scan this QR code right now and sign up for this masterclass that's coming up, because what she's going to do, we're going to take all these submissions and we're going to share your submissions. If we choose them, we'll share them on the screen. So that way, hey, we're going to dissect this together, right? We're going to do this real time. So get your memberships on there. We'll build on it. Lisa, I'm going to stop talking about it because I think you can talk on it a little bit better. Lisa, take it away.
I love it. I love it. And I promise, team, this is to help you and assist you. So during this audit, it will not be a scolding or embarrassing or anything like that, like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. It is literally to help you of like, these are the things, let's celebrate the wins, and then let's tweak what needs to be tweaked so that we can scale the F out of your business. Okay. So let's head into where we're going to start. So in building a membership, the first thing you need to do is define your patient. What does that ideal patient look like? So maybe you're a medical spa in an area that is a very young demographic. Maybe their concerns are, lip flips, skincare, and a little bit of Botox. And they're getting into maybe some weight loss, or maybe you're in an area where the weight loss movement is now it's all body contouring. They've lost the weight. We're on to body contouring. You need to decide what your patient demographic looks like by doing some analytics. How much does that demographic spend approximately? How often are they visiting your practice? And then what is the typical treatment cadence? So is there something to be done every single month? And typically, yes, there is, depending on your demographic. So you want to ask some strategic questions of yourself and your team. Okay, so questions to consider is, what is your monthly revenue goal from your memberships? I'm going to give you a little tip here. Your memberships, it is ideal if you can do enough memberships to cover your monthly operating costs, because then everything is up and above. And we look at operating costs now across the board. This is, we know, the most expensive industry to be in. So operating costs, I find, for an average med spa range from 50,000 upwards of 150,000 a month just to run the practice, never mind making money. So that can be your revenue goal from memberships, is find out what your hard costs are, your operational costs, and shoot for that to be your goal that you're going to get to. Then another strategic question is, what are your cost of goods per service that you're considering putting into your membership? So you don't want to do something that's like 20% off, and then all of a sudden your cost of goods, your consumable cost is really high, and it's eating into your profit margins. We've got to be smart about memberships. So how many members can you support right now? So if you've got a membership where you've got different tiers, and each tier they get to come in for a different service, you need to make sure that your hours of operation can cover it. Say it is explosive and you do a kick-ass job with your memberships. You've got 400 people on these memberships, but you only have a team of 3 people and you're open from 10 to 6 Monday through Thursday. How are you going to fit all these people in? So can you support? Because memberships are a growth tool, my friends, a growth tool. And so if you're looking for growth, that's why you've got to put all of these considerations together. Then, is your capacity under 80%? Anything under 80, you've got some room for growth. And if you're around that 80% capacity, then it's time to bring on another team member. Okay, so if you have patients that can't get into you for a certain amount of time over a 7-day stretch, you're going to need to hire. And when we hire, we need to get those folks busy. So again, membership is a great way to go. Do you have room for growth? Maybe you need to extend your hours. Instead of being open 5 days a week, maybe you need to look at staffing to be open 6 days, 7 days. Instead of 9 to 5, we're 9 to 9. You can always find staff, but you need to keep that in mind because this is such a growth tool or strategy. Then you want to review your service menu. Guys, this goes back to making sure that you're protecting your profit margins. So we need to review our costs. Okay. So I know that a lot of places are standard at, $10, $11, $12, $13 a unit, depending where you are in North America. You need to reassess because that tox that you keep buying, the company is charging us more and more by the minute. Are we reflecting that cost for our patients? So again, a la carte, you want to make sure that your prices are high. I like a high a la carte, so it drives people to the membership. Then you want to reevaluate what your services are to be on that membership. Okay. Then most clinics are messing up because they're too generous with their memberships. And all of a sudden they're like, holy cow, Now I feel like I'm kind of losing money. You don't want to cannibalize what you already have going. So some things that I really think that you should include, and then we're going to go to things I think you should avoid. So things that you can include: low labor, high margin. Okay. So facials. I love chem peels. Peels all day long. All day long. So deals on peels. You can do a buy a kit, get a peel. You can do so many things with peels. LED, laser hair removal, lots of things with low consumable cost, high perceived value, as well as something that is not going to take up a whole lot of time. Okay. And then retail. I love retail being a part of it. Like I said, I don't want you to give away more than 20% off. You're starting to get into a danger zone, especially if you're doing commission to your staff or anything like that. So app-based perks, you definitely want to include these things. Early access, retail savings, birthday, milestones, all of these things are the benefits, right? And so this is a benefit to the practice. Then you've got your draws and enticements. Again, huge on draws and enticements. So what to avoid? Injectables as a standard inclusion. So I want you to reevaluate what your injectables are. I know that it's kind of a gateway drug for sure. I think there's nothing out there that works like Tox other than a magic wand for quickest results, right? So maybe it is a beauty bank that you lay it away for your injectables, right? So maybe you're doing that beauty bank and you're coming in, you get your percentage off on products that you're saving, and then you're laying away, you're coming in every 3 months and you're getting your tox treatments. And it doesn't need to be something that you're giving a savings on. It can literally be a layaway. And then avoid unlimited anything. Okay. So if you're like unlimited this, unlimited that, that's something that I really think that we need to avoid. And then something that is high labor, high consumable. So something like microblading, tattooing eyebrows. If it takes your tattoo artist or your artist something like 2 hours to do that service, that's probably not something you're going to put into your membership where they can save, unless it's a little savings off the top where it's a 10%. You want to do things that are fast. Okay. So those are a couple of ideas of what to include and what to avoid. How to implement into your practice. First 90 days are critical when you're launching a membership to your practice. You want to establish some clear goals with your team. You want to measure the metrics. The thing I love about RepeatMD is the immense data that you can get. It's so robust on the back side of the dashboard on what you can collect for data. So you want to be measuring those metrics. And then your staff training on the rollout of your membership, on the rollout of your RepeatMD app as well. Really, really important. And it's funny. I'm just going to say this here because I feel like it's on my heart to say it. There are folks that have got Repeat and they are not using it to its capabilities. And then you've got people that have the RepeatMD app that are crushing it, literally crushing it, making millions. Okay. The difference is typically the onboarding and the training of the team, because the app you can access the same features. Every clinic can access the same features. Okay. So why do some people do well with the app or memberships? Why do some people not do well with it? It's because you're not app centric and you're not membership centric. Okay. So then critical marketing in your first 90 days, then doing a kick-ass launch event of your app, of your memberships. I love an event when it's done properly. If it's done properly, you're going to make money. If it's just a party and not done properly, you're going to spend money. Okay. So ongoing community engagement, something that's critical in that 90 days, social proof. Okay. Before and afters, our members are getting epic results before and afters. So build that fear of missing out. Oh my gosh, I want to be on part of this membership. And then tracking your progress. There's robust data for a reason. Is you definitely want to be able to track the progress of your membership to see if it needs any tweaks. This is critical, that 90 days. Then we establish our clear goals and metrics. Let's dive into that. Let's look at these targets. I love sharing this data with the team. So things that you need to be hyper focused on. your MRR, which is your monthly recurring revenue. How much are your memberships making you every single month? Then active members. You want to have goals every single month to obtain new members into your membership. Then you've got your churn percentage. You want that to be less than 5% a month. I like that to be, and if you've got a great membership and good folks working for you, it can be less than that. Okay. App adoption, the percentage of total patients with the RepeatMD app installed. Here's something that's really important. The number there, the percentage is 100. Okay. 100% of your patients need to have this app installed. And I've got different ways that we can ensure that. If your team is not doing this, it has to be a KPI for them. If someone dares asks you for a raise and they're not getting everybody on your RepeatMD app so that you can make money, they don't need a raise. They need a pink slip. I'm very stern about this. So this is something, again, I got my online name for a reason. Okay. So the average ticket. So member versus non-member. This is something that is huge for growth. Your non-members on average are spending 44% more annually. That's huge. So we need to be monitoring that. Your staff referral conversion, number of downloads per teammate. Who's your rock star getting people to download your app and getting them also to buy into your membership? And then your redemption rates. Who's actually using what? Again, if you do not have the app and you're just doing a membership without the robust data that this app can give you, this is why I love these working synergistically together. So where to track our metrics? Again, that dashboard, you're going to go into that dashboard. It is so robust. You're going to be able to pull data that you didn't have before. And this data is so useful when it comes time for your KPIs for your team as well. Huge that I'm on that is huge. So measure the metrics. Love me some Ted Lasso. And this is going to be where you involve the team. I love posting our goals and our targets in the back room with your team huddle. This is a team goal and effort. So I love this on a whiteboard in your team room. What is our goal? Where are our memberships at? And if we hit our quarterly goal, what are we going to do together as a team? Maybe they get some sort of bonus. I love where if we hit a certain amount, and I love a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. I love something like that where, hey, team, we've got a conference coming up. Maybe it's the aesthetic show. Maybe it's something like that where, you know what, I'll give you a portion to go towards this conference that we can all attend together. Things like that. Depends on what your team likes. You're going to pair it with what they want. Then include the data in their quarterly performance reviews. Again, if somebody is going to come and ask you for a raise and they're not optimizing the tool that you have implemented to make their job really easy, they no longer need to be sales focused. They are solution focused because you've got a sales focused app. It is a no-brainer, guys. Why I love this. Then what is the expectation when it comes to selling for each team member? Again, motivational sales training workshops. This I love because it's going to ensure that your team is utilizing your app, utilizing your memberships to their full capabilities. So let's talk team training. This is the why that we are doing memberships to begin with. The staff is your frontline marketers. Okay, so say you're an injector, you're an owner, you're a laser surgeon, whatever it is that you are, your front end team is going to be who is getting people adopting your app first and foremost. So when I walk into a clinic and they've got the RepeatMD app and they're like, yeah, you know what, I don't know if we're maximizing it. And I say, okay, perfect. How do you check in a patient? And they say, well, we check them in and we just ask them if they have our app. I said, okay, well, don't just say if you have the app. Do you have our RepeatMD rewards app? Have you been unlocking your rewards? And if you have excitement, your team needs to be excited. If they're like, hey, yeah, do you have our rewards app? Yeah, you can collect some points on there. Amazing. Grab your purse. Today's your last day. You're being fired. That's not the energy or impact that we're going for, right? It's you've invested in these tools. You've got to make sure that your staff is frontline marketing this for you. And then the app, you need to be app centric. The buy-in is where where you're going to get all the juice. The juice has to be worth the squeeze, right? So if your team is excited, if I'm checking in, Stephanie, thank you so much. We know that there are so many different places that you can choose for your treatments. Thank you for choosing 123 Med Spa. I'm going to get you checked in here, Stephanie. Anything changed with your personal history or information? No? Perfect. I've got you checked in on this side. I'd love for you to check in on that side. There's the app right there, or the little QR code. Check into our rewards app. I also would love to see how close you are to unlocking some of our greatest rewards. Oh my gosh, you haven't signed up for the app yet? Sign up for the app and it unlocks $25 that you can literally use today. This is way better than your Starbucks app, I assure you. That Frappuccino is delicious, but your skin is going to thank us. So I can do this in my sleep because this is easy. Your team needs to be so excited. We're talking pee running down both legs. They're so excited to get you people on your membership. Okay. This is how excited I want them to be. So you want to train them to understand and communicate the membership value. Everything's about the value add. So if your team is not working hard for you, or if the tail's wagging the dog where the team says to you, yeah, I don't think we need that. You don't need them. Okay. You need a new team. It all comes down to team. So let's talk about creating the pitch. Okay, your pitch script, if you will. How do you position the membership as a benefit with perks? It's not a deal. And again, we don't use the discount word because we're not trash. All right. So we use the savings word. How do we highlight those benefits? And then what's included and maybe what's not? If there's things in your membership that are not included, there's a scripted way to say, these are our services that you can unlock savings on. The benefits of the chemical peels are this. The benefits of a hydrofacial is this. They need to know their shit when they're going to explain to your database, your demographic, the value of your membership. Who to pitch to and when. So always at check-in, do you have any savings and rewards that you would like to use today? Oh, how do I get those? Oh, let me tell you a little bit about how you can save money. Folks, there are two different things patients are looking for, and that's great results and how to save money. Okay, especially with how people are choosing to spend their luxury dollars in 2025. So it's check-in, it's in your patient lounge, it's on your video loop of education, it's in your consultations, it's in your post packages for maintenance or optimization. Maybe somebody bought a upfront package from you that was $3,000. They got some M-Sculpt in there, they got a Morpheus 8 in there, they got a hydrofacial in there, and you gave them this sweet bundle for $3,000. They've transformed their skin, or you've transformed their skin. Now, how are they going to maintain and optimize those results? They're going to go on to our $149 a month membership, which unlocks savings on DDD. Your perks are you get birthday gifts, you get milestones, you get entered to win a $250 gift card. This makes it a no-brainer. Then you want to offer those incentives and track those conversations with your team. Give the wins at your huddles, and then how to approach in consultations. So I love a consultation funnel. I offer a kick-ass consult workshop where there is a template asset that goes with that funnels them right down into telling you exactly what they want to do. We've got 3 different ways to do business with us. You can do our a la carte. You can do our bundles or packages, whatever you have, and then our memberships, which have the most robust amount of savings. Many different ways to say that. So 3 different ways that you can close on your membership. Okay. So the most of our patients, so you want to use all-inclusive language. Most of our patients take advantage of our premium savings and perks. So they go with our membership over our one-off treatments. And then our second way of saying it, the membership is a great way to achieve your desired results while saving the most amount of money. Classy, right? Nothing salesy here. And then the membership has the most robust savings and perks. So our patients tend to go with that over our much higher priced a la carte products and services. So none of these things are salesy. Everything is an easy way to close on memberships. So marketing essentials. Have your RepeatMD marketing essentials visible within your practice. It's doing them no good if you've got all of these detail aids that are in the front reception desk. You wonder why maybe you're not doing well. Check out your environment. How app-centric are you when your patient walks into the clinic? So then we are looking at blasting our database. You want to do a text message blast with member specials and offers. This is a great way to get right into their phone. This is essentially the way to go for getting our patients' attention. And then you update your website. You want to include your membership tabs. You want to do your perks, benefits, and price. Benefits, perks, price every single time. You've got a newsletter maybe that you send out. You don't want, people always ask me, well, do we do an exclusive members only newsletter? Hell no, you don't. You do your newsletter for everybody and you say, here's what's on promo for our members this month. I don't like to do promos monthly at all unless you're a member. That's the perk and benefit of being a member. And then you want to avoid that overkill and desperation, right? You don't want to be like, hey, join our membership. Hey, if you join our membership, you get a free bowl of soup because we're peasants. Like, you don't want to have that desperation vibe. So I'm going to give you some great social media tips when presenting a membership through your app. You want to post on social media once a week for a hard sell. This is our membership. This is what we're offering. We love to give you great results. We love to save you money. A hard sell for memberships once a week. Then your soft sell is once to twice a week, and that'll be woven into your posts, your stories, or your carousels or your reels. So another thing you need to have is your highlights. You need to have one that's focused on saying what your membership is and what you offer. Then verbiage that I love and terminology is founding member spots are closing. Get in on our founding membership spots for our memberships. Maybe we have 20 of these available. Then do a post on a great before and after. This is what VIP access looks like. Great before and afters. And maybe you've got your gift. We go back to what it pays to be a member because you get this perk or benefit, right? And then pin your membership to your post on your Instagram grid. Have it be your first, second, third, whatever your pinned is. I like it to be your first pinned post on your Instagram grid. Testimonials. I love testimonials from members. Meet Janice, her great before and after, or her video. One of our elite members who won our monthly Morpheus 8 treatment. Whatever it is, okay? I love for them to win something that is not super painful and doesn't have a lot of downtime. That's another tip for you there. So getting into pro tips, 80-20 rule. If you're posting on social media about your memberships, you're going to do 80% value, education, and transformation based, and 20% is going to be direct promotion, just so you don't reek of despo vibes, okay? I know, team, we're going a little bit close to our cutoff for 1 hour. I'm trying to pack a punch for you here, so we're going to keep going. Not much left before we wrap up. Always include a soft call to action. So something like, our members get first priority on promos like this. Curious about how to save with our exclusive membership? DM us for details. Not salesy at all. You're inviting them to take advantage of savings, okay? Another one is, we love helping our members feel confident year-round. Not a member yet? Tap the link in our bio to learn more about how to achieve amazing results while saving money. Like, I could do literally commercials of this all day long. The reason why I love a soft call to action is it reduces pressure, which increases your curiosity and your engagement. Okay, then it comes across as conversational and much less of a pitch. Then they're invited to save money. That is the best. So saving money is where we go. So a kick-ass launch event, guys, we have done a masterclass on this. I have. It's a total banger. I want you to check it out. You want to make sure for a kick-ass launch that you're setting a proper date and budget. You are pulling a qualified guest list. Anybody spending $1,800 or more in the last 12 months, you secure your swag, you get app banners and QR banners, do your live app stations with your RepeatMD app for your memberships. You do a fast lane checkout, join now, book later, draws and incentives. Guys, these are top tips and pearls. Okay. Then ongoing community engagement. You want to create FOMO with your members. Members get this, why it pays to be a member. You don't need to have just member events in your practice. You could also host it at a community center. You could host it anywhere. So you want to just reinforce that community engagement with your app. All right. Share it on all your channels. You want to watch out for a couple of these mistakes. These are high level here. So overloading the membership with freebies. Don't destroy those margins. We've talked about that. Make sure your team is trained. An untrained team is literally like having water through your hands for money. Okay. Letting patients abuse your program without double dips and rules, and launching without adjusting your a la carte prices, not keeping track of your metrics and data. You've got a dashboard with RepeatMD for a reason. That is huge. So you want to watch out for some of those mistakes. So guys, I know that we are cutting it close. Jeremy, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Take us home on this one. I'm out of breath. Oh, just wait. I can't hear you, Jeremy. Hang on.
How about now? There
Amazing.
we go. My God, you did such a great job, Lisa. I mean, yeah, it makes sense why you're out of breath. That's a lot of value. Come on.
Trying to pack it in.
Yeah, right. So I know we had an hour, but man, I think we could go 3 hours on this. But just so y'all know, we have a post-webinar takeaway worksheet. I say worksheet. This is more of a workbook, but don't let that scare you, because there's so much stuff in there that's jam-packed value. That's going to help you guys really like understand how I should be building out these memberships, right? So if you go to Docs on the right-hand side, click Docs, click Open, and then you can download that PDF. Also, we'll be emailing that to you tomorrow. So if you see here, it says search in your inbox, Foundation Memberships Worksheet. If you search that tomorrow afternoon, you're going to see that pop up. You can download it. If you forget about it, search it the next day. It'll be there, right? So keep that in mind. Download it. Start working on those memberships. Also, just so you guys know, we have a full masterclass series. So Lise here, she's with us. You know, we have a lot of different like masterclasses with Lisa. So please join us for those. But we have a ton of other series here too to help you kind of like work through other things you want to focus on, right? So we have some with Chris Balby. So we have some with Dr. Holden operations, Adam Haroon in marketing. I mean, we have so many. You'll probably see me pop in and out of those, right? So you'll see me again. So join those, register. I'd love to see familiar faces. I'll call you out and say, hey, kudos to you, bonus points. So yeah, join those. And then also, Lisa has a lot of really great things that you guys need to be like caught up on, following her on. So Lisa, I'll let you talk about this. This is your podcast. Go ahead.
You bet. So again, Scalpel of Truth podcast, it is consulting every single week, and it is $19.99 a month. And so really affordable. And I've made it that way because there's only one of me. I don't trust very many people. I'm not hiring anybody. They can't know what's inside my head. So what I've done is turned the Scalpel of Truth podcast into a weekly podcast where you get consulting advice every single week. And Franco, you're so sweet. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I've tried to put all I can into that podcast to give you everything you need to be successful. And the other thing that I like to do is any of my RepeatMD family, anybody who would like to work with me for one-on-one consulting, any of my workshops, I do professional courtesy pricing. So savings of 15% on any of my services for my RepeatMD folks, because I love you and I just want you to be successful. And I know that our industry is expensive. So I want to try and extend that professional courtesy. So I love you. I appreciate you. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us this evening. And yeah, I'll pass it back, Jeremy.
Yes. And guys, that's a real live review. Franco saying like, hey, this is the best podcast on earth. I agree. Guys, y'all should be watching that right now. It's the best. So real quick, Q&A. I know we don't have much time. Well, we're over. So if you guys have any last minute questions, I know we had one come through and I feel wrong if we didn't talk about it. Eduardo, you asked, what is a reasonable active membership percentage growth month over month? So Lisa, can you take that away for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So It depends on the clinic and depends on your area. Rural does differently than central. So if you're looking at growth, I base that on how many people you have coming in every single month. And so I feel like growth month over month is, our industry grows at about 8 to 10% month over month. If you look at, say you have 200 people coming in every single month, we like to, again, use that 30, 30, 40. How many percentage of people do you want on that membership? The equation for that is going to be when you find out how many people are coming in and seeing you every single month. So it's a bit of a game, a math game, but I would try and be growing that. If we can grow our memberships even 10, 20% every month, that's not a huge ask, because really you want to make it a no-brainer. So you want to make it like, oh my gosh, it's a no-brainer to get on this membership because I am saving this amount of money. And the average spend, this is a stat for you, average spend is between $1,800 and $2,400 in a year, the average patient spend. And so if you look at those numbers and how many people are frequently coming in, an AmSpa stat was 245 patients into the average med spa monthly. And so it's going to depend on how many people you have coming through your doors and then your growth. And again, setting your team up for success to be, we want to be member centric here. And so this is, again, comes down to those numbers, but I think growing that at your 10 to 20% and having whatever your operations is, that's the goal, to get that many people in our membership. So hopefully that, and we can do a chat offline. I love doing discovery calls. We can do a complimentary discovery call where we can dive a little bit deeper into that too, with your specific numbers.
I couldn't recommend that more, Eduardo. Definitely give Lisa a shout. Y'all can dive into it. I don't see any other Q&As in here, but Eduardo, I'm glad you got value from that. Guys, I hope all of you guys got value from this today. Lisa, thank you so much for blessing us with all these gems. I mean, this was fantastic. I'm excited for the audit.
Me too. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And that's the thing, is having that vulnerability around opening up what's behind the curtain. So it's, let's make sure that these memberships are crushing it for you with your recurring revenue and scaling your practice, because that's where everybody want to be. Profitability. I love it. I'm obsessed.
That's right. All hail Queen memberships. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Join our other masterclasses. Thank you all. Have a great evening.
Have a good night.